Have you ever wondered why some people find things really easy and some people don't? It's kind of a rhetorical question that I'm throwing out there. Today I have delivered 2 masterclasses, one of my own and one for somebody else. And in those conversations, in those questions, I invite questions all the time. And it's interesting because I think at the back of my mind, I always wonder, will somebody ask me something that I can't answer? But it doesn't stop me. I love questions. I invite questions. And that's kind of a question to myself, I guess. It doesn't stop me. So I get to do what I love. I get to share ways that people can be even more visible, which I did today. And I love it when people ask me questions. Absolutely adore it. And it occurred to me, the people I'm speaking to, usually they have expertise of their own. You all have expertise of your own. Even though you might be watching this and might be one of my friends and you don't have a business, you've got expertise of your own. It could be expertise within your work, expertise within your household. Maybe it's something you're known for in your friend group. You know, people always call you to ask about the thing because you seem to be really good at it and find it easy. And for many years, I've been fascinated with this because when people seemingly find things easy and I ask them, oh my gosh, you're so good at that. Why are you so good at that? It's like the hardest question to answer. So in this thing called life, we get all sorts of things, easy, hard, and everything in between. Why don't we choose to have things be easy? And it got me thinking to some stuff that I'm kind of like living through at the moment. So that was one example where, you know, I was able to share some stuff that I find easy with people for things that they find easy as well. The second thing is like circumstances, situations. Sometimes we go through stuff and it could be stressful, it could be difficult, and sometimes it should be stressful and it should be difficult. However, it's almost like the path of least resistance. Looking for a way to have something be easy actually helps us with our stress levels. It says, you know, it sounds obvious to say it. But I think one of the ways I caught myself today in thinking something was going to be really difficult and really hard was by thinking about all the ways it could not work, all the ways it might go wrong, you know, all the ways that it could be difficult, all the barriers in the way. And I'm not talking about sticking your head in the sand and ignoring things that come up, but it was just interesting to me after all these years, you know, of being like really into personal development, even when I was an employee, that these things still come up and it's like, what do we do with them? So quite often I have a word with myself, you know, like, hold on a second there, Jen, whoa there, cowboy, and think about, well, if this wasn't stressful, if this wasn't hard, if this wasn't whatever, what would it be instead? And usually it's like metaphorically hitting the pause button, slowing down, coming to a halt, and then going back in the actual direction we wanted to go in. Anyway, I haven't got much more to say today, but I want to show you this because the third way that so many people end up inadvertently making things hard for themselves instead of easy is by, you know, that, I know, yeah, but I already know, I know. So I wanted to demonstrate something. I did a Q&A call last month and I demonstrated this on a Q&A call, but how many of you, and apologies for those of you that may be overseas and don't get that, are familiar with the Humble OXO Cube? All flavours are available. This happens to be a beef one, but there's vegetables and things like that. I look like I'm about to do a magic trick. Look at my eyes, look at my eyes. Don't look around my eyes. No, I'm not. How many of you are familiar with that? And even if you're watching this on the replay, just type in the box, yes, no, whatever. Get on with it, Jen. So I could say to you, how can this OXO cube, and all other cubes are lightly available, but I don't know if they have this feature I'm about to share. How can you have cooking with an OXO cube be even more easy? Let me share a story. For those of you that are familiar with these, for years I unwrapped them, squashed it in between my fingers, sprinkled it into my cooking, which usually had steam coming out of it, which meant that I had bits of kind of OXO cube all over my fingers, all over my fingers. So I'd end up having to wash them in, whatever extra minutes that takes. Did you know that OXO know that this is a thing, know this can be annoying, so they've built into their packet a way to make this easy. And here's what it is. You get the OXO cube, don't tear the foil off. Can you see all the flaps? I know that sounds wrong. So many of my friends are wrong, and don't be sending me private messages about that. Well, do if you want to. But anyway, you pull all the flaps out and it becomes like a little packet. Again, don't rip the foil, just pull all the flaps out and it becomes this packet. And then what you do, while your hands are dry and hopefully clean, you squash the cube. Therefore, you crumble it and look what happens to the packet. It goes into like a little, can you see? So in there now, you've got your OXO cube. I'm trying to move my fingers out of the way. Oops, I've broken it. You've got your OXO cube that is now squashed and separated. So next time you're cooking, you don't need to get bits of OXO cube stuck to your fingers. You do that, then you tear off the top. I've opened it now, so I'm gonna waste it and put it in this mug. You open the top, like so, and then you crumble it in. Nothing sticks to your fingers. It all goes into your pan. And it makes the job of adding flavour or seasoning to your food extra easy. And then you can put that in the recycling. How cool is that? Apologies if you already knew that. But what I realise is that sometimes we can block ourselves from absorbing information, doing something we've done for a long time in a habit form in a different way, just by using something or hearing something and kind of parking that desire to go, yeah, I already know, I know this already, So next time you're cooking and you don't want pieces of OXO cubes stuck to your fingers, do that. Rewind back and do that. And I'm waving to Jay Canning, old school mate, fashionista extraordinaire. Nice to see you on there. Jay, I'm sure you're still cool to this day, and I remember you were always cool back in the day as well. Anyway, that's all I wanted to share today. Now, Ian, who's also popped on here, Ian does a lot of cooking. Did you know that about those packets, Ian? You probably did, because I know, like, Ian's not just a good cook, he makes exquisite, like, Thai food and things like that. Did you know that about the OXO cube? I found this out a few years ago, I think. I can't remember how I found this out, but I genuinely didn't know. I was the one crumbling the cube and having bits stuck to my fingers. But yeah, every day is a school day, and I hope you somehow find this useful. That's it for now. I'm going to do 365 of these, so still a few, and I think it's day 6 today, so I've still got a few to go. But hopefully that's helpful and saves you from doing that. You didn't know that? No, I didn't until a few years ago. Can't remember where I picked it up from, but hopefully now you won't have bits stuck to your fingers when you're trying to cook. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. And if someone else wants to know a bit about OXO cubes, share this video with them. Who knows? And if OXO are watching and want to sponsor me so I can give lots of OXO cubes to my friends, then please do. Okay, bye for now. Thank you for watching.